must be done not just for material results, but also for spiritual results. And the purpose of action should be purification. Whatever actions we do, why are we doing that? That action should purify us, and it should be the detached action gradually leads to internal transformation. And the second line, Krishna says, ma phaleshu kadachana, means do your duty, but do not expect any results. You're not entitled to the fruits of action, so do not be attached to the results. So, does not means that we don't care or concerned about the result. We give our 100% endeavors towards the action. So, which means whatever we are doing, be focused about their efforts, not on the result. Attachment to results creates a lot of insecurity and anxiety, and if we do not get results, what happen? That leads to frustration. And primary motive of action in karma yoga is purification. In bhakti yoga is to please Krishna. So this
Krishna.
is the difference between karma yoga helps us in purification, but when karma becomes bhakti, then it is about pleasing Krishna. In Karma Yoga, you're doing duty without getting entangled with the results. But in the Bhakti Yoga, we are directly offering our results to Krishna. So Krishna judges us only by our efforts, while do people judge us by the results. And the third line, Mate Sango Swa. Okay, third line is this one. Ma karma phala heturbodh. Never consider yourself the cause of the results of your activities. Do not think that you are the only cause of the results. There are many other factors beyond the human control and plays important role, which is discussed later in Bhagavad Gita by Krishna, as we discussed in 18th chapter. There are more uh, reasons, actions for the results. It's just not, we are not the only person who are responsible for it. So, to the extent we think we are the cause of the results, we are bound by reactions. When we think we are the cause, we identify with our abilities, which increases our bodily identification instead of the real identification as the soul. So, the more we think we are the cause, that means we are in the bodily platform. And Mate Sango Swa Akarmani. So never be attached to not doing your duty. So sometimes you think, whatever I do, what is the use of doing any work when I don't get any results only, or when I should be entitled to any results? So better let me be not doing anything. This is what Arjuna was thinking in the battlefield. So if I'm fighting, the consequence may be bad. So why should I even do that activity? Because I don't want such consequence. So Arjuna was thinking in terms of akarmani. He thought of fleeing the battlefield. He didn't want to discharge his duty as a Kshatriya. So did Krishna approve that?
No.
That also Krishna says, Mate Swangosa Karmani. Not doing your work and being in action, that is also not correct. We have to do our work, right? So it's action, activity, services that purifies us. So without service, how can we get purified? For example, when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we get purified. So sometimes people keep Mauna Vrata, like those kind of things, but they may keep quiet for one full day. But next day, when they open the mouth, what happens? Are they calmed down, or whatever anger, whatever the frustration they have, everything comes out?
Yeah.
Just not engaging your tongue for not doing anything, is it really helping a person? No. Whereas you engage your tongue by chanting the holy names of Krishna or by describing the glories of Krishna, then your tongue also gets purified.
Purified.
Okay, so we cannot artificially think of Krishna constantly. We think of Krishna by rendering service, right? It's not very easy always. I'm saying that, I don't want to chant, I don't want to do anything. Many people say, na, Bhagwan mere man pe hai. Bhagwan is in my heart, he is everywhere. So if you're living in such consciousness, Krishna is everywhere, is your action is exactly in that way? Are you behaving in a very nice way that God is right next to you and you have not done any other make activities or you're not doing any sinful activities?
No.
We are not like that, right? So, purification of heart happens by engaging our body, mind, words, actions in service to Krishna, not by inaction or not by doing anything. So, we have to engage our activities in Krishna's service. That is very, very important. So, purification means to purify our tendency of controller, proprietor, and enjoyer, right? In this material world, are we not thinking that we are the controller of things? In the family, we think we are the controller of our family. We are the
Yeah.
proprietor of our family and we are the enjoyer of the family. Like a
Yeah.
counselor will think that this entire area is under my control and I am the proprietor of this area and I am the enjoyer of this area. Correct? At every level, are we not thinking ourselves to be the controller, proprietor, and enjoyer? So that
Yeah.
Krishna is condemning because it is this false ego, ahankar, which is getting us back again and again in this material world. Okay. So taking shelter of Krishna when things don't work makes us realize that we are not the controller, proprietor, and enjoyer. Right? When we take shelter of Krishna, we think that whatever happens, it's by Krishna's mercy, it's by Krishna's will. So we don't think ourselves to be the proprietor. I've seen like many advanced devotees, even if they are giving class the next day, they make announcement. They say that I'll give the class Krishna willing. If they are going out somewhere, they say tomorrow I'll go there, Krishna willing. So every particular word, they use the word Krishna willing. Like for example, if one of your friend is inviting you to the marriage or birthday party or anything, sometimes we say that, yes, I will surely come, right? But the advanced devotees, what they said, I will come, Krishna willing.
Willing.
Because what is the guarantee that you will make up till tomorrow? Is there any guarantee that I can make it up? No. So everything is as per the Krishna's will. So we have to do our activities. Not doing your activity is also condemned by Krishna. So there is one do's and three don'ts in the previous sloka that we saw. Karmanyeva dikharasya. We have the right to do our duty. Ma phaleshu kadachana. But do not expect results. Ma karma phala heturbur. Don't consider yourself to be the cause of any activity, any action. Mate sango swa akarmani. So that doesn't mean that we do not do anything and just sit idle. Don't be without doing any activities also. So in this particular sloka, Krishna is talking about the mood of doing the work. How should we execute our work? He said first how you should do your work, and here he is going little bit higher on our mood. We'll do this sloka. Please repeat after me. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, text 48. Yogastha kuru karmani
योगस्तु योगस्त कुरु कर्माणि
sangam tyaktva dhananjaya
संगम त्वत्वा धनंजय
siddha asiddho samo bhutva
सिद्ध असिद्धोस समो भूव
samatvam yogam uchyate.
समत्वं योग उच्यते
Yogastha kuru karmani
योगस्त कुरु कर्माणि
sangam tyaktva dhananjaya
संगम त्यक्त्वा धनंजय
siddha asiddhyo samo bhutva
सिद्ध असिद्ध्यो समो भूत्वा
samatvam yogam uchyate.
समत्वं योग उच्यते
Yogastha kuru karmani
योगस्त कुरु कर्माणि
sangam tyaktva dhananjaya
संगम त्यक्त्वा धनंजय
siddha asiddhyo samo bhutva
सिद्ध्या असिद्ध्यो समो भूत्वा
समत्वं योगमुच्यते.
समत्वं योग उच्यते.
Who would like to do this, Loka? Would you
Mataji,
like
I
to
can
do? Yes, please, please.
Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, text 48. Yogastha kuru karmani
Yogastha kuru karmani
sangam tvaktva dhananjaya
sangam tyaktva dhananjaya
siddhya asiddhyo samo bhutva
siddhya asiddhyo samo bhutva
samatvam yoga uchyate.
samatvam yogam uchyate.
Yogastha equipoised, kuru, perform, karmani, your duties, sangam, attachment, tvaktva, giving up, dhananjaya, O Arjuna, siddhi, asiddhyo, in success and failure, sama, equipoised, bhutva, becoming, samatvam, equanimity, yoga, yoga, uchyate is called. Translation: perform your duty equipoised, O Arjuna, abandoning all attachment to success or failure. Such equanimity is called yoga.
Thank you, Mataji. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vikasa Swamiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Desatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we see that here Krishna is introducing the word called yoga.
Yoga.
So what do we think in the current society? Yoga means what? Just doing some asanas, doing some gymnastics, doing something, so that, our body is healthy. So is this what Krishna has told yoga is all about? No.
No.
So Krishna is talking about yoga in three different words here. If you see here, Siddhya Asiddhayo means success or failure. Samo. Samo means what? Taking everything in a equal,
Same way.
same
Equally.
way. Samatvam in equanimity.
Commit.
So this is a real yoga. The real yoga is do your work, but do not, whatever is the result of that, whether it is a success or failure, it doesn't matter. We just have to do the work because that is what entitled to us without being affected by its consequence. For example, a businessman has hired a particular person for collecting the funds. So he sends a person. So sometimes the person may get, let's say, 1 lakh in collection. Sometimes he may get only 10,000 rupees in collection. Sometimes he may get only 100 rupees in collection. Sometimes he may not get anything also. But no matter whatever the amount of money he is collecting and bringing, he will get his salary. Just because he got 1 lakh rupee one day doesn't mean that he will pay him more. And because he got another day, he did not get anything, he will not pay him anything. No. He just have to execute his duty of collecting the funds. That is a duty he is entitled to. So sometimes, he may get more, sometimes he may get less. But
Yes.
he is still being given his salary because that is what the work he is entitled to. Therefore, we are just expected to do our efforts without expecting any results. Like in the previous verse, also we saw Krishna is saying that do your work, do not expect any results. Don't be a fruitive worker. Don't do the work because I have to gain something, right? Krishna looks at our efforts. So how can one come to that stage? Saying is very easy. Samatvam, samatvam. I remember the very first time when I was reading Bhagavad Gita, whenever I see this word samatvam, samatvam, equanimity, I felt that how can this be ever possible? This can be only a theory. This can never be a practical possible thing. Krishna is just telling us theoretically, take everything equal because we have the feelings, right? And we are affected by it. When we are getting something, we are very happy. When we are losing something, we are sad, right?
Unhappy. Yeah.
So this is very naturally we are there. And how can one take up this process very in an equal way? But over a period of time, with the practice in Krishna consciousness by chanting and by rendering service to Krishna, I wouldn't say that 100% I have reached the word of samatvam, but at least to the certain extent I could understand that how to remain equipoised. No matter when we do the work, whatever the results we get, how to remain equipoised. And sometimes we see that it is also possible, but that possibility came only by service to Krishna, by taking your consciousness to the higher level. Because on our own, it is very, very, very difficult for us to come to this state of equanimity. But when we are trying to do the work to satisfy Krishna, then our work gets purified and we get to that particular samatva. For example, some of us are working. Why we should work? When we are working, we are able to serve Krishna. We are able to offer some nice food to the deities. We are able to do some donations for Krishna conscious activities. So, why we are working? The reason for our working is what? To please Krishna.
Please, Krishna.
So we have to keep our body and soul together. So to keep our body and soul together, we need to work. We cannot be without doing our work. But while we are doing the work, our consciousness should be whatever I have obtained, I have to do that so that I can please Krishna. For example, cooking is one of the main activity in the home. We have to cook for us, cook for the family. But the same food that we are cooking, just that the consciousness has to be changed. Instead of cooking for ourselves, for our own pleasure, we can cook for Krishna. We have to assume that, or we need to understand that Krishna is the proprietor of the home. We are not the proprietor of the home. Who is our proprietor? Krishna is our proprietor. Therefore, whatever I am cooking, I will first offer it to Krishna and I will have it as a prasad. Then that particular activity of cooking also becomes purified. And whatever the food that we are eating, that also gets purified. But to do cooking, to offer something, to gather the ingredients and everything, we need money. But that to get the money, we need to work. So working is there. But how we should work here? Here, a Krishna conscious person works for the satisfaction of Krishna rather than satisfying himself. For example, we are all trying to keep our body fit. So, if one is trying to keep the body fit so that we can serve Krishna, then that particular activity is considered to be a devotion also. But if one is trying to keep the body fit so that he can enjoy his senses more, okay, if I am doing a lot of exercise, if I go to gym, I will remain strong, with which I can go all around the world. I can go to some mountain trekking. I can enjoy my senses. So that particular activity which is done to keep your body fit for your own pleasure, that becomes a entanglement. But you're trying to keep your body fit so that you can please Krishna, you can serve Krishna better, you can serve your deities better. You can go to the temple and do some seva there. You can do some book distribution. So you can do lot of Krishna conscious activity by keeping your body fit. Then that particular activity will not entangle us. So in other words, whatever activities we do to please Krishna will not entangle us. Whatever activities which we are doing to please ourselves, then we get entangled.
Entangled.
Then we get into the results. We become phala. We become a fruitive workers because whenever we are doing any kind of work for ourselves, that is always for some gain.
Hmm.
Can we do, when we think we are the center, we are the enjoyers of this home, of this thing, then are we not coming into the proprietorship? Are we not coming into the enjoyer mentality? But knowing that Krishna is the enjoyer, he says in Bhagavad Gita, 5th chapter, Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. He is the, well, he is the master of all the three worlds and he is the enjoyer of all the sacrifices. So even when the priest is doing any sacrifices, they will keep Vishnu in a side. And first, they will offer everything to Vishnu. And then Vishnu is sharing with the other devatas. Right? If there is an elder person in the family, everything is given to the elder person first and he distribute to the rest of the family. On a festival day, what happens? All the clothes, all the gifts are given by whom?
By the elder person in the
By the
family.
elder person. They keep it and they distribute it to all the people in the family. So Krishna is a proprietor. So everything is given to him. And then Krishna shares the yajna thing to all the other devatas and everyone. So this particular thing we need to understand who is the proprietor. So there are three levels of yoga. Here we can see that one is the yoga, as it is mentioned, that doing everything in a equanimity, like success or failure or anything, take it equal. Another level is doing activities to please Krishna. Whatever activities we do, it should be only to please Krishna. And third level is doing the activity as instructed by Krishna. Right? Uh, Parents are happy when the child is doing things as instructed by them. Parents are the well wisher of the children. If at all they are doing, saying something to the children, is it not for their benefit? Can any parent think something wrong for their child? No. So
No,
when the child is listening to the parents, then what will be, how will be the future of the child? The future of the child is very bright because the child is following the instructions given by the parents. So similarly, we following the instructions of Krishna as given in Bhagavad Gita, then our life will be successful. Otherwise, there's no way of success in the life. Only by following the instructions of Krishna, we can be happy. For example, Mataji, you're working in the corporate. So your boss is saying that to you, Uma Mataji, you go, you do this work today. So when your boss himself has said that you have to do this work today, will you tell the boss, no, boss, this is not very important. I have something else in the priority. Maybe let me finish that work, and whenever I have time, I will get this work done. Can you say that?
no,
He
no
is your
point of view.
direct boss.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter whether whatever you have been doing, you may be doing something else. But if your boss is saying do this work, then you have to keep everything aside and you have to do your work. So here, Krishna is instructing Arjuna to fight.
right.
So when this instruction came directly from Krishna, then what is Arjuna supposed to do?
Just follow Krishna.
Just follow Krishna's instructions. So our life will also be perfect and will be happy when we are just following the instructions given by Krishna as he has given in Bhagavad Gita. When we apply it in our life, then we can be happy. So Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prayachati. One who offers me fruit, flower, water, then or leaf with bhakti, yo me bhaktya prayachati tataham bhakti upahritam ashnami prayatatmanah. With love I accept it. So when he is saying like that, is that Krishna is deprived of these things? Does Krishna doesn't have fruit or flower or leaf or water? He is Atma Rama. So why is he asking that? So that there is an exchange of relation that is happening. If anybody comes to our home, we offer something to them. Why do we offer something? Even in a relationship, if it has to get bond, then that exchange happens. You call them for dinner, or they call you for dinner, or you go out for dinner with them. When you do such activities, what happens? The relationship further gets strengthened, right? So here Krishna is giving us the way to strengthen our relationship with him by doing an offering to him. When we are doing this offering to Krishna on a daily basis, then what happens? We are strengthening our relation with Krishna. As Krishna says, Mamaivamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. We are all his part and parcel. Manashishtani Indriyani, but we are being troubled because of our mind and senses.
Senses.
So, how do we purify our mind and senses? By rendering devotional service to Krishna. And rendering devotional service to Krishna is very easy. Krishna just asks few things: Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. Anybody can get that. Even a poor person can find some leaf, find some flower, little water, little fruit. So everybody is eligible to
Offer.
worship Krishna,
Yeah.
or to do devotional service to Krishna. And all of us who can talk, we can chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Yeah.
Is there any loss in that? Is there any expense in that by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra? There's not even a 1 rupee expense in chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We can all chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So by doing all these activities, one can become Krishna conscious. And by becoming Krishna conscious, one can actually come to this stage of samatva. Because we have seen in this movement, there are many sannyasis. When they were detected with, diseases like cancer, terminal cancer, everything, they did not get dejected. Whereas they were in jubilation that very soon they are going to meet Shama Sundar and Radharani. Because for them, what is death? Death is just only for this body. If you have done your devotion very nicely this very lifetime, then you are going back home, back to Godhead. You will be eternally serving Radharani and Krishna. So they are in jubilation. They are not in sadness. But imagine a person like us. If we go to the doctor and we get such reports, what will happen to us?
We get depressed.
We get depressed. We do not know how will the family go without us. If I am not there, who will take care of this family? Have so much of responsibilities to be done. My child is still in the school, or my son is not yet married. Who will get him married? Like that, right? Like that, we keep on getting ourselves
Yeah.
entangled. Even you come out of the stage of, let's say, son or children, then you also become a grandparent. Then also you think, who will take care of my grandchildren? My daughter-in-law goes to work, my son goes to work, and the child will be, left all alone. So I have to be there so that I can take care of the child, right?
Child.
So we see that we get more and more and more entangled, right? So let us see what is Prabhupada talking about this sloka in his purport. What is yoga? Yoga means to concentrate the mind upon the Supreme by controlling the ever disturbing senses. So, what definition Krishna has given here? Controlling our mind on Krishna, on the
Krishna.
Supreme, ever disturbing senses. Otherwise, our senses are always disturbing, right? And today, especially in this age of e-commerce, it is very, very easy for us.
Yeah.
You just feel like eating some pani puri. You don't even have to get out of the home. You just have to order through Swiggy or Zomato. Just sit in your home, order, and within 10 minutes, your
You get
desires
it.
are getting fulfilled,
Fulfilled.
right? And you want to watch a movie, no need to take a lot of efforts to go to the movie theater also. Just go to Netflix and browse through, you will find something, right? So you can see that our senses are ever disturbed with so many allurements today. So, but the real yoga is to concentrate our mind on the Supreme. And even that yoga, it is Krishna has given like 4 types of yoga. He spoke about Karma Yoga, he spoke about Jnana Yoga, and he spoke about Ashtanga Yoga, and he spoke about Bhakti Yoga. So, Karma Yoga means obtaining Krishna through your actions. Jnana Yoga means through knowledge. And Ashtanga Yoga means through meditation. But if you see all the other three types of yoga, there is a limitation. You're obtaining Krishna through one form. But in Bhakti Yoga, it is Atma Samarpana. We are giving completely ourselves to Krishna.
Krishna.
Whereas other kind of yoga, still there is some selfish desires. Like through knowledge, I will get. Through meditation, I will get. So we are more believing in our own process. But by doing Bhakti Yoga, what happens is we are giving ourselves to Krishna with no internal motive. We saw Mirabai. She gave completely herself to Krishna. And in
Krishna.
South, we saw Andal, that Margali month. She's also taken a position of Gopi. She has given her completely to Krishna. And we saw Gopis of Vrindavan. They are given themselves completely to Krishna. In the dead night, they left their family, they left their children, they left their husband, whatever activities they were doing, they left it and they went to meet Krishna. Right? So they were completely surrendered. That's what, even though Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is a sannyasi and he doesn't even see a woman at a particular distance. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never came in close contact with any women. If at all any women should meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it was at a distance of, let's say, 100 meters. So he was following a strict sannyasi order. But he was saying that the mood of the gopis, the Vraja gopis, is the highest. So one should get the mood of Vraja gopis to surrender to Krishna. So if the gopis are condemned because they left everything and they went back to Krishna, if Krishna is immoral, then how will Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that the gopis are the highest thing? Gopi Bhatta Pada Kamalayor Dhasa Dhasanu Dasa. So he is saying that one should follow the footsteps of gopis and become servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of the Krishna. So that is the highest bhav Krishna has said. Like a few people, they condemn Krishna's morality. Even we saw the movies like Kerala stories. They were condemning Krishna's activity. They were saying that our God is not having moral because he is dancing with many gopis
Gopis.
and he is also dancing with other person's wife, you know. So that's what once people were asking, Prabhupada, Krishna was dancing with other people's wife. Is it correct? And Prabhupada said, no, everybody is wife of Krishna. In fact, you have taken Krishna's property, right? We are all the living entities of Prakriti and Krishna is the only Purusha. So for us, if we are women, ladies, it's more easy because we are already a women. But even the other people who are in the body of the men, according to Shastras, they are also Prakriti only. Everybody has to be enjoyed by Krishna. Whereas you are enjoying Krishna's property. It is not Krishna is enjoying your property. Right? So who is the Supreme? The Supreme is the Lord.
Lord.
Lord Sri Krishna is the Supreme. So, how should Arjuna fight? Because he himself is telling Arjuna to fight. Arjuna has nothing to do with the results of the fight. Gain or victory or Krishna's concern. Arjuna is simply advised to act according to the dictation of Krishna. As we already taken an example, if a boss is telling us to do something, we just
We
have
do.
to do. We don't have any choice. We cannot say, I will do tomorrow or is it necessary. So here, it is a direction of Krishna to Arjuna to fight. Therefore, Arjuna should fight, not thinking about the results. Whether paap lagega, am I compassionate, am I doing family distractions or whatever reasons Arjuna was having, he should not think on those terms because it was Krishna's wish that Arjuna should fight in this battlefield. Right?
Yeah.
So, how should Arjuna fight? So, action in yoga is concentrate the mind on the Supreme by controlling the senses. We saw. And controlling the senses, we have to worship Krishna. And the real yoga is following Krishna's instruction without considering the loss and
Loss
the
or
gain. So these are the two things that we saw. So the one thing is doing activity to please Krishna by controlling it ourselves. Another thing is following the Krishna's instruction. Just do whatever Krishna says. That is a real yoga. In one word, Prabhupada has said. Real yoga means just do what Krishna
Just do.
says. That's all. You don't need elaborate explanation or anything. Doing whatever Krishna says is the real yoga. When Krishna says Arjuna to fight, Arjuna should fight. When
Right.
Krishna said Yudhishthir to lie, Yudhishthir was hesitant to lie. In fact, he said Ashwatthama, the elephant, but moment the Ashwatthama came, because those days in the battlefield, if anybody is killed, they are announced, they put the kettle drums very hard. So Dronacharya, as soon as he heard the word Ashwatthama from Yudhishthir, his mind, he went into depression because his son was lost according to him. Then he says the elephant in a lower term because Yudhishthir did not want to lie. Even though Krishna told him to say the lie, because he thought that I am the Dharmaraj and how can I lie? For that, Mahabharat says that Yudhishthir has to see the hell for one day because he did not follow Krishna's
Krishna's instructions.
instruction. So even though he is a Dharmaraj and he is not supposed to speak lie, here Krishna is telling him to speak the lie. Therefore, Yudhishthir was supposed to speak the lie because Krishna knows if anybody is saying Ashwatthama was killed, Dronacharya will not believe it. But if it comes from Yudhishthir, known as Dharmaraj, known for his righteousness, then he will believe in it. And only way to fight or to kill Dronacharya is by this news. Otherwise, Dronacharya was a very great warrior. He's a teacher.
Yeah.
How can
Guru.
you win against your teacher, right? So some great incident should happen for him so that he can get depressed, and in that state, you don't work to your full potential.
Yeah.
Whenever we are depressed, are we able to work to our full potential? No. So this particular news caused depression to Dronacharya, and because of that, Dronacharya could be killed. Otherwise, it's very difficult to kill Dronacharya. Okay. So therefore, Arjuna was supposed to fight. So how Krishna consciousness is a real yoga? The following of Krishna's dictation is a real yoga, and this is practiced in the process called Krishna consciousness. So what is Krishna consciousness means?
Following the
Krishna's instruction. That's
instructions.
all. It is not that some people may think, ISKCON is one movement who is just promoting Krishna. They are a cult. No. Krishna consciousness is on the teaching of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Prabhupada did not bring his own teaching or his own mind thinking that he did not have an ulterior motive, to make Krishna as a supreme lord. This is what Shastras are saying, right? So Krishna consciousness means doing the activities as instructed by Krishna. By Krishna consciousness only can one give up the sense of proprietorship. Otherwise, if we do not act according to Krishna's dictation, then we will act according to our mind's dictation. Our mind will say, do this. Our mind will say, do that. Our mind will say that you enjoy your senses this way, that way. Now, if today is a weekend, 99% of the people will be planning for what?
Outside food.
Outside food and how to enjoy their senses.
Movie.
What all they can
Watching
do.
movie, yeah.
Watching movie, going out with the friends or doing this. The entire plan is made for your own senses. Enjoyment, right? You think, I have made the money. I have worked so hard. I'm earning so much. So Sunday is a day for myself so that I enjoy my whatever the wealth I have created, right? So this is our proprietorship we have. So one has to become the servant of Krishna or the servant of Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Dasa Dasanu Dasa, not just the servant of Krishna, but become the servant of the servant of the servant of the Krishna. So this is a right way to discharge a duty in Krishna consciousness, which alone can help one to act in yoga. So we should render the service to Krishna. Krishna consciousness means following the instruction of Krishna and rendering the service to Krishna. And this is a real yoga. Otherwise, the samatvam will not come. Theoretically, one cannot come to that platform of samatvam. How can one take victory and defeat in the same way? Is it so easy? Not so easy. But when we think it was Krishna's will that I should not succeed in this particular project, then is it easy for us to accept?
Yes, it's
Rather than thinking that, oh, I did not succeed because I went wrong
I
here.
did.
We will go back and we will see where was the fault, right? Then that will give us depression. But if we think, okay, this thing did not happen because it was Krishna's will, maybe Krishna has higher plans for me. He is my well-wisher. He says, Suhrutam Sarva Bhutanam. I am the well-wisher of all the living entities. This is a peace formula Krishna gave in the 5th chapter. Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam Sarva Loka Maheshwaram Suhrutam Sarva Bhutanam Jnatvamam Shanti Mritshati. The peace formula is knowing that Krishna is our well-wisher and he is the proprietor and he is the enjoyer and he is the well-wisher. One who knows these three things, then they will be in peace. So we have to come out of the proprietorship mentality and come into the mentality of doing work for the pleasure of Krishna, following Krishna's
Krishna's
instruction
instructions.
as given in Bhagavad Gita. We saw that Sarvapadi Vinirmuktam Tat Paratvena Nirmalam Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam. By satisfying the senses of Krishna, our senses automatically get satisfied. Sarva Upadi Vinirmuktam. And we come out of all kind of designation. Otherwise, we think I am the woman, I am from Mumbai, I am from India, such and such. All these designations are only for our body. But our real designation is we are the part and parcel
As
of
and
Krishna
parcel
and we
of
are the eternal servant of Krishna.
servants of
Jivera
Krishna.
Swarupa Hoy, Krishnera
Krishna was
Nityadas. This is our real position. Otherwise, all the other designation that we carry, they are not, they are artificial. Okay. So, fighting in Krishna consciousness is a recommended yoga practice for Arjuna. I think this one came little over. Would anybody like to read this from the purport? From here, Arjuna is a Kshatriya.
Arjuna is a Kshatriya and as such he is participating in the Varnashrama Dharma institution. It is said in the Vishnu Purana that in the Varnashrama Dharma the whole aim is to satisfy Vishnu. No one should satisfy himself as is the rule in the material world, but one should satisfy Krishna. So, unless one satisfies Krishna, one cannot correctly observe the principles of Varnashrama Dharma. Indirectly, Arjuna was advised to act as Krishna told him.
Yeah, so Varnashrama Dharma is Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. Whatever Varna or Ashrama you're there, the end goal is to satisfy Vishnu or
Krishna.
Krishna. Without satisfying Krishna or Vishnu, even Varnashrama Dharma cannot purify us. So the goal of Varnashrama Dharma is to satisfy Krishna. No matter whatever position you are. Suppose if somebody is very rich, he can offer a chapan bhog to Krishna. If somebody is poor, he can still offer a leaf or a fruit or a flower.
Fruit.
If somebody is a Brahmana, he has lot of knowledge, and with that knowledge, he can sing nice slokas, he can propagate Krishna consciousness, and he can do. If somebody is a Shudra, he cannot memorize so many slokas, or he is not equipped to talk about Krishna to anyone, but he can still work for Krishna by cleaning the temple
Yeah.
or by doing the activities that is not exactly about like a Brahmana, or he can do some service to Krishna, any service, cleaning the temple like that. And Kshatriya can do some administrative task, he can manage the temple, right? Like that, everybody, no matter whatever is the Varna and Ashrama they are, everybody can satisfy Krishna. So that is what the goal of Varnashrama Dharma is, to satisfy Krishna. So here Arjuna, as requested by Krishna, he was supposed to fight. So this is also Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness doesn't mean that, just stay idle and do japa. Krishna consciousness means doing activities as instructed by Krishna.
Krishna.
It is not being idle. Some people think, if you're taken to bhakti, you have given up your family, you have become a sannyasi, then only you get to bhakti. No. We can do a bhakti, being a part of the family, doing our job, being a student or working or being a housewife, no matter wherever we are situated. Sthane Sthita, even Brahmaji says in the 10th canto in Srimad Bhagavatam, whatever position you are situated, we can still be Krishna conscious. One does not have to change the position. We don't have to change our position. Be situated in your position and be Krishna conscious. Mataji. So we saw what is the definition of real yoga means.
Yoga is to concentrate our mind upon the Supreme Lord.
And one more thing we saw, real yoga means following the instruction as
Actions
given
of
by
Krishna.
Krishna. That is the
Krishna.
highest thing, is just do
Yeah.
what Krishna says. And Krishna consciousness is the real yoga, because in Krishna consciousness, everything we are doing is as given
Of-
by Krishna. And
or
all our
instructed by Krishna.
activities are centered to please Krishna.
Krishna.
That is the Krishna consciousness is helping us, and that is a real yoga. So doing any Hasya yoga or Ashtanga yoga or any yoga may not give us as much benefit as Krishna consciousness can do, because it is directly connecting us with Krishna. It is one of the direct process. Like for example, if you want to go to the 20th floor in an apartment, what is the easiest way? To climb the stairs or to take the lift?
To take the lift.
To take the lift. That's the most easiest way. So in Kali Yuga, we don't have much time. Manda Sumanda Matayor Manda Bhagya. We are all unfortunate and our intelligence is very, very dull.
Mandam.
So in such a age of Kali Yuga, we cannot go with the indirect process. Therefore, we have to do Krishna consciousness. And fighting is Krishna consciousness as recommended yoga practice for Arjuna. For Arjuna, fighting is also a Krishna consciousness. So for us, doing our work is also Krishna consciousness. But only thing is, we should be always situated in that particular mood while we do the work. Okay?
Do a work.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. So Namaste Narsimhaya. Can we do?
Acha. Namaste Narasimhaya.
Adalaline Hiranyakashi Purvashaka Shilatanga Nakalaye Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha Yato Yami Tato Narsimha Bhagi Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapati Tava Kara Kamala Varenakam Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Bhakti Vinashaka Narasimha Bhagavan ki jai, Bhakti Swami Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa
Kripa
sindhubhyascha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
namaha.
Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Srila
Jai Shri
Prabhupada ki jai,
Prabhupada ki
Bhagavad
jai.
Gita as it
Gita
is
as
ki
it is
jai.
ki jai.
So, Hare Krishna, thank you all for
Hare Krishna.
joining. So, we'll also be situated in the yoga, but doing all our activities to please Krishna and follow the instruction as given by Krishna and his representative, like the Guru. When Prabhupada told us to do 16 rounds, that means we are supposed to do the 16 rounds. When he said follow the 4 regulative principles, we are
We should
supposed to follow the 4 regulative principles. So just by doing 16 rounds, following the 4 regulative principles, one can become Krishna conscious and go back home, back to Godhead. It's not a very difficult process. And most important thing is engaging our tongue in the service of Krishna, because that is very, very important. Otherwise, our senses are very, very dull. We cannot, with the current senses, we will not be able to understand Krishna. Therefore, sevon mukohi jigvahu. Only by the tongue we can. It starts with the tongue by tasting Krishna Prasadam, and by using our tongue by chanting the holy names of Krishna. One can easily advance in Krishna consciousness. So we should be very careful to engage our tongue in Krishna consciousness. By doing that, you will slowly, slowly become fully Krishna conscious. There is no doubt about it. Because the tongue is the most voracious among all the senses. By controlling the tongue, all the other senses will automatically get controlled. So it all starts with the tongue. Okay. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.